This video is not a joke. I have absolute full faith that in 2025, if you follow these steps, you will be able to make $100,000 or more. I followed these exact steps and I'm making around 120 to 130K a year after the promotion I just got at work. And I got that promotion in 5 months. I'm gonna give you pretty much all of my secrets, even though I don't think there really are too many secrets. It's just work smart, not hard. And if you like cars and you like money, then you already have the drive necessary to make this type of money. You just may not know exactly what to do and how to make that type of money. I wish somebody would have told me the stuff I'm about to tell you in this video here. And without further ado, let's go for a drive and talk about it. If you have not seen this car yet, this is obviously a white C7 Z06 2019 with only 6,600 miles on it. Gotta be one of the lower mileage C7 Z06s that are still around today. Let's go and start it up. Cars are an expensive hobby, let's be honest. And I remember back in the day when I was like 12 years old, I used to think, you know, $20 was rich. In reality, that's probably all of us at 12 years old, right? When I was able to buy something in an online game, I was like, oh, $20, how am I gonna get that? But then I grew up and I realized I like cars now, and a cool car is tens of thousands of dollars. That is no joke. On the bright side though, that means you have no choice. You are literally forced to work as hard as you possibly can to make a ton of money. And it's not really just about cars, right? I mean, look at the price of homes and everything, the cost to live. And aside from, you know, just selfish purchases, the things you can do to help other people with money, trust me, giving $5 to somebody struggling puts a big smile on their face, and it does make a difference in their life. I mean, the more money you can give, the better. But I like to, at this point, just keep some money in my wallet to hand out to people that I, you know, feel as though are actually in need. You know, of course, you have some people using it to buy, yeah, drugs and stuff, but, hold on. Okay, anyway, so you probably could tell from the thumbnail of this video, I work in sales. And I am so glad I went down that path for many reasons. But long story short, I'm gonna give you all my secrets, how I became the top salesperson at my company, how I got promoted in 5 months, how I'm making this amount of money I just turned 24 years old. Hopefully so that you have all of the knowledge in my story to be able to do that yourself. So, first things first, find something that you can sell. Honestly, I had no idea. The only thing I thought I saw myself selling was cars, but I went a very different route. I work in recruiting, and so what I do is I recruit financial advisors that have a load of money that they manage, and I get them to bring all of their money over to the company that I work for, which is, you know, I just say sales instead of recruiting, because when you're recruiting, it sounds like you're just like an HR person, but in reality, the path that I work in is very heavy in sales. And by the way, probably the best part about sales is the fact that you do not need a college degree to do this. That is what I love about this, because sales means you have zero, again, sales is not for everybody, but if you're somebody that likes money, you want to chase money, and you want it quick, then sales is the answer. And the thrill you get from doing sales when you do land a deal, or you know, driving something like this, buying your dream sports car, it is an emotional roller coaster, and you better be ready to sign up for it. So really, this video is only if you're somebody that actually is not somebody that makes excuses all the time. Sales is not going to be for somebody who's weak. So I want to give it to you straight. I'm not sitting here saying, You just go in there and you do nothing. But if you're somebody that's actually driven, you actually want success, you actually want to be able to buy your dream sports car. Oh, another person pulled over. Gosh, I was just doing a video and I saw somebody get absolutely wrecked by a cop, and we are still safe somehow. Holy moly, man! I've been driving for quite a while now. Got to take it chill. Thank you, man. The amount of attention that this car gets is pretty crazy too. It gave me a little, if you saw, a pat on his head. Anyway, so let's start from the beginning. The first thing that you need to do is work on your speaking skills. I personally did that by starting a YouTube channel. My first ever channel was extremely terrible, extremely embarrassing. Not that this one isn't, my best work ever. Of course, there's always room for improvement. But if you're going to be good at sales, you just got to be good at speaking. And by the way, I am an introvert. I don't like people looking at me, staring at me. I don't like speaking in front of more than 2 or 3 people. With the camera, it's a little bit easier. But that's my personality. Yet I still went out there and did it. The point is, I know, I'm an introvert, and I'm sure a lot of you listening are, so you might be thinking, that's my worst nightmare. Well, it's my worst nightmare too. But I'm here to tell you that I could not be happier that I took this route. I could not be happier that I get out of my comfort zone every day, get in the office and do something that I'm scared of doing, but it's what's right for myself. So, first thing is work on your communication skills. Work on speaking. Get better at talking. Get better at your vocabulary. Expand that. Once you do that, you're going to be a lot more prepared to do an interview. Again, the best part about sales is you don't need a college degree, and you don't even need a whole lot of experience, because during an interview, what you do is you sell yourself. If you cannot get past an interview, you obviously did not do a good enough job selling yourself in the interview. Which means, hey, I probably want to get better at selling, because if I can't even sell myself in an interview, can I really sell the product or service that I'm going to be selling at this company? That's number one. If you do a good enough job in an interview, and by the way, it may take 5, 10, 15 interviews to land a sales role. In my case, I started off as an intern doing the worst work. I literally put together name tags. That was my job for people that were above me. And eventually I interviewed for the absolute bottom level sales role. And what you really want to look for is something where you have uncapped commission, because I was told, hey, chances are you're probably going to be looking at around $60,000 a year. My base was 40, and the target comp was 20 for a total of 60. A lot of people don't even hit their target comp. I tripled the target comp, and that put me at $100,000 in the lowest level sales role at my company. Now with this promotion, I'm going to be making a little bit more than that, and then the step above that, they pay around $200,000 to $250,000 a year as the target. So if you exceed target, some of those guys make $300,000, $400,000, $500K a year. From what I've been talking with my manager, I could potentially be in that role in the next year. I say this because I wish somebody told me this. Money isn't the answer to everything, but the more money, the less problems you have. If you're smart about it, of course, you can get yourself into problems with money. But again, I'm assuming you do have some common sense. So if you're a car person, I know you need money to support your hobby. So once you get good at speaking, you practice speaking, go into interviews. It's okay to fail, by the way. It's okay to fail interviews. It's okay to fail when you're actually in the role. But land something, anything where even if you don't know what you're doing or how to sell it, you can always quit a job. You can always apply to something else. It's not the end of the world. But get anything in sales just for the practice, just for the experience. I got the first sales role I was accepted to, and I had literally no idea what I was even doing. I had no idea about the product or service I was selling. If you do know about what you're going to be selling before you actually get the job, that's a plus, because you'll be able to understand it better and probably do a better job in the role. But here's really the secret sauce. And you would think this is common sense, but every other salesperson that I work alongside of didn't do this. Find the top salesperson and just study him. And by study him, I mean literally say almost word for word what he says. If you ever get an objection from a customer or a prospect. Say what he says to the T, to the objection that they give you. I am not joking when I say I literally did exactly that. His name was Ali. He was always number one in everything. I came in there, I studied the crap out of him. I watched him live on his phone calls, and I just said exactly what he said. I did exactly what he did. I tried to make my tone of voice similar to his, and as soon as I started doing that, I became number one. And I just changed it a little bit to what I thought would be better. And soon enough, I was near doubling what the second place sales rep was getting month over month. Now, that's kind of an extreme situation, and it's not that, they've hired some very talented people recently, so it's getting a lot more competitive. I still maintain the number one spot, but nonetheless, if you just get in there and you study what the number one performer does and do what he does, you are going to be the number one performer and have the confidence. I understand if you don't have the confidence of speaking in front of people. I don't. I still really struggle with that to this day. But nonetheless, I understand in sales, you have so much chances to mess up. There's always another customer out there. So you can mess up a million times. But if you learn after a million times, that's where the big money is going to start coming in. And by the way, in sales, you can get promoted. I mean, promotions literally go off of your performance. If you're performing well, not only are you making a ton of money, but you are going to get promoted and your base and your variable compensation is going to increase. I got promoted in 5 months, and my next promotion is going to be looking at around 6 to 12 months. It could happen sooner. I think 12 months is going to be the later end of it based on what I've heard from management. But there's no other career that I'm aware of where that's possible. For my personality type and me being pretty introverted, there's also no other career that really brings me as out of my comfort zone as this one does. But the how generous I can be and how, I don't want to use the word selfish, but of course when you make a lot of money, you want to enjoy things, right? You want to buy stuff for yourself as well. And so the things I've been able to enjoy off of that with very little stress has been absolutely incredible. And by the way, guys, if you want me to develop a tailored plan for you based on your income, your expenses, your career, and what your dream car is, check out the link in the description because we can hop on a Zoom call and I will actually give you a multiple options for a plan for when and how you can buy your dream car. And again, I'm telling you right now, it is, if you are driven like I am with buying something, this has been worth every single penny. And especially on the Maserati Gran Turismo, that being my first like major car purchase, that one was very scary for me because, well, if something breaks, that's tens of thousands of dollars. That led me to push myself so hard and enjoy pushing myself. You don't want to burn out, obviously, right? Burnout's a real thing. Working really hard is a real thing. It happened to me. I didn't upload for a month. Pretty recently, ever since I uploaded the 5 things I hate about the Gran Turismo video, I took a little break. When you have a lot going on, yes, sometimes you just need a little break, but that's okay. It's okay to stop and to refresh. It's okay to take a week off of work if you need to and just enjoy and relax and reset, get back into work and freaking kill it. Now, I work 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm dealing with the whole trainings. I'm studying for the Securities Information Examination, which is a pretty rigorous financial exam. I have a consulting business. I have this YouTube channel. I have a lot going on, but I still have free time. I still find myself sitting there watching shorts, which is time I could have been making money. You don't really realize how much free time you have in the day until you find yourself sitting on like TikTok or YouTube shorts for, you know, the 3rd hour of the day. That happens to me often, even with the schedule that I have. I say that because I don't want you to feel like, I don't want you to feel like there's excuses. And I say that just for the better of you. You know, tough love, sometimes I hate when people give me tough love, but also I need that at times. And so just to really summarize this, work on your communication skills. Start interviewing for sales roles because you can make 6 figures at an entry-level sales role. If you do that, you're going to get promoted really, really fast, and you're going to be making $120,000, $150,000 a year. And there's steps above that as well. By the way, I haven't even mentioned the other side of things, which is side hustles. My consulting business has generated me tens of thousands of dollars to this point. The other YouTube channels that I've had in the past have, that's somewhere in the tens of thousands of dollars as well. I've done Postmates when I had no idea what to do for a side hustle, just because that's guaranteed side income. And so, you know, even if you're struggling in a sales role or you're in a position right now where you don't find yourself making a lot of money, you don't have to switch to sales. You can jump into doing several side hustles. Go on Fiverr.com and post a gig or something. Start a YouTube channel. Start a detailing business, a lawn care company. That just takes knocking on people's doors or, you know, putting up a sign. What's the worst that can happen? You don't get any customers? That's not a bad situation at all. Then you just don't have to do any work. I mean, you don't make any money, but you don't have to do any work. Like, that's literally the worst case scenario with starting something like this. And so, yeah, you have multiple options, but my success has been found in sales, even though I'm pretty uncomfortable doing it. And also with developing things on the side. I think the most powerful skill you can have is just practice getting better at speaking, practice getting better at communicating, and learn how to talk. I know it sounds stupid, it's like everyone knows how to talk, but if you can talk in a way where you know what to say based on a response somebody gives you, that's especially crucial in sales, you're gonna sound like you just know. And even though I don't understand the financial industry like at all, I already have automated responses in my head prepared for based on what somebody else says, and it makes me sound like I'm an expert, even though I literally know nothing. Fake it till you make it, right? That's kind of the moral of the story. But yeah, if you want to make $100,000 in 2025, my best advice for you from my own personal experience is get yourself into sales and start a couple of side hustles on the side. You could easily make $100K a year just in sales alone. But I'd say side hustles gives you more opportunity and extra income as well. So if you were to have a bad year and make, I don't know, 70 or 80K in sales, you have that income to supplement that and still bring you up to $100,000. I hope this video was at least somewhat helpful to you guys. If you have any questions about my sales experience or anything, let me know. If you actually don't want me to develop you a plan to own your dream car and instead just want to talk sales, I'm happy to do that. I consult literally for a living, so I'm happy to literally just be an open book and give you guys all of my secrets, everything that I've learned, everything that I know, all of my experience and my story with experiencing the success that I have in sales so far. So just in today's economy, guys, the importance of money is becoming very prevalent. Relationships are more important without a doubt. But again, those pops are crazy. But again, like this, look at these. These are probably $700,000. That the monthly payment on that is like probably $4,000 a month, not including property taxes. And then of course home maintenance. I mean, a roof is like $20,000 if you had like a leaky roof or anything. So again, it's not just about enjoying your dream car, it's about being generous and kind of having to survive. Yeah, I'll end it there. If you have any questions about what I've covered or getting a sales role, I'd love to see you hit 100K in 2025, no matter where you're at. I started at McDonald's. There we are with the GoPro again. I seriously need to invest in a better GoPro. By the way, a whole nother side of this is going to be managing your expenses, right? Whatever you want in life, just make sure you don't have too much, right? Like if you gamble, if you like spending money on new clothes, if you like going out to eat and you like cars, you're probably going to want to aim for an income more like $250,000. Guys, there's people making that type of money that literally live paycheck to paycheck. There's people making $80,000 a year that end up saving significantly more money than people making $250,000. You know, obviously, Budgeting, that's a whole different discussion, but yeah, we're talking about income. How you manage that income is a different discussion. But yeah, I'll end it there, guys. If you have any questions about what we went over, please let me know. I'd absolutely love to help you guys. And not saying, you know, I'm not somebody that's made it. I don't feel like I've made it at all. But I do feel like I've come a long way in a pretty short period of time. And hopefully I can just share some of this with you guys, and you can experience this for yourselves. So I'm here to help, for real. Let me know if you need, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. If you want to hop on a Zoom call, let me know. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.